Welcome to day 49 of our school year. I have that row almost completed. Okay, so let's start with our beginning fraction. Our denominator is 180. Our numerator is 49. Because this is our total amount of school days, and this is the day we are on. Let's find the factors of our numerator. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. Using the commutative property of multiplication, 49 times 1. Okay, so now we're going to use our divisibility rules to find any other factors of 49. And we're going to go in order so we don't miss any. So after 1, we try 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. It ends in an odd number, so 2 is not a factor, and no even number will be. So we just need to check odd numbers now. So the next odd number is 3. The rule for 3 is that we add the digits together. We get 13. 13 is not a multiple of 3, so 3 is not a factor of 49. Let's try 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 9, so 5 is not a factor. Let's try 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. 49 is in that list, so 7 is a factor. It's actually 7 times 7. So this is a perfect square. And there are no counting or natural numbers between 7 and 7. So we are done. Let's list our factors from least to greatest. 1, 7, 49. It has 3 factors. That is more than 2 factors, so it is composite. And now we just have to figure out which one of these is our greatest common factor. So let's start with our greatest factor of 49. Make our groups of 49. Your groups do not have to look like mine, but they do have to have 49 in each. And you need to keep your shaded separated from your unshaded. So 1 plus 40 is 41, plus 8 is 49. 2 plus 40 is 42, plus 7 is 49. And I have 33 left over, so 49 did not work. Okay, let's try our groups of 7. So keep your shaded separated from your unshaded. So I use the idea that 7 plus 3 is 10 because I know each row has 10. So it saves me from having to count using my understanding of decomposition and making tens. And then 6 plus 1 and 4 plus 3. Okay. So let's make sure that there's 7 in each group. If you need to count, that always works. You get there a little more slowly, but I'd rather you get to the right answer slowly than the wrong answer quickly. Make sure you're doing something that makes sense to you so that we could get to that right answer. Okay. So I have 1 plus 6, 6 plus 1, 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7, 1 plus 6, 6 plus 1, and I have 5 left over, so 7 did not work. 7 is not our greatest common factor. So that leaves 1. 1 is our greatest common factor. Let's go ahead and make groups of 1. Done. How many total groups of 1 do we have? 180. How many are shaded in? 49. Okay, we've done our division with our model. Let's go ahead and do it with our algorithm. Okay. So we have 180 divided by 1 and 49 divided by 1. Okay, I'm going to do 100 times 1 is 100. Numbers the same, zeros the game, more on top, no need to stop. And then 80 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros the game. Add my partial quotients. 100 plus 80 is 180. Here, 40 times 1 is 40. More on top, no need to stop. And then 9 times 1 is 9. Numbers the same, zeros the game. Okay, add those partial quotients. 40 plus 9 is 49. All right, let's go ahead and check. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to add. And here we have the identity property of multiplication that says when you multiply by 1, it stays the same. So 49, that checks with our dividend. Check. 180 checks with our dividend. Check. So our fraction is definitely 49 over 180. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We're still in trimester 1, week 11. Today is 10/17/19. Our fraction for today is 49 180ths. Let's go ahead, and since we made groups of 1, you do not have to get out your number line. But here is today's fraction right there, 49 180ths. 49 as a perfect square acts a bit similarly to a prime number. All right, go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.